Hey everyone, and welcome back on the SpaceInfo channel. Whether you're following us on our YouTube channel at SpaceInfo Club or on Spotify or any other streaming platform, thanks for being here, thanks for being part of this, and subscribe and share with your friends. It's free for you and will help us a lot. So thanks, and let's start. Today we have a host. Maybe for those who have followed the channel and the platform since some time, you have already listened to him. His name on the socials is Bobcat, one word, so Bobcat. Yes, it's his name. He is a friend of mine. He is from New York, that side of the world, just to give you an idea, and he is an astronomer. Then I will let him present himself. This is just an introduction, and today we're going to talk about his current and future astronomy projects and how to prepare to the astronomy observation of this August 2025. And then we talk about also the Dwarf Smart Telescope with some tips and tricks of this smart telescope, which is a very, very interesting product. So just tune in, enjoy the talk, and let us know in the comment what would you like to discuss next time. Thanks, and let's start. Yeah, welcome back everyone. So today we have Sebastian, aka Bobcat, with us. Maybe you remember of him. We talked together some months ago. Welcome back, Sebastian. How are you?
Hi, Sebastiano. Thanks for having me. I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine, very, very fine. Thanks for being here. And so
What?
today we're going to talk about some projects from you. People following the Space Info Club on Instagram, most of all, have been seeing a lot of beautiful images and some videos from you. So maybe you'd like to tell us some words about your projects.
Yeah, so I've been working basically on three main things. One of them with my big telescope with the 2000 millimeter. I've been working on a Wizard Nebula, and it's been a struggle because the weather, of course, never helps. But actually, the last week and a half has been great. So I've been able to gather like a lot of data on that specific target. And then on the other telescope, I'm working on the Pelican Nebula. It's also a beautiful nebula, and I've been able to get a lot of data on that one as well. And in the meantime, I also got a new telescope. What a surprise, right? It's uh, it's actually a smart telescope from Dwarf Labs, and it's very good if you are a beginner. And also, I say it's very good because it's very easy to use. And I've been working with that one as well, so I have some images from that.
Yeah, so you're saying that it's easy. So let's say you're talking with me that I'm not for sure a professional
Hmm.
in this field. So why you are saying that it's easier? So which
Oh,
are
it's
the steps that
I'll tell you exactly what it does. So
okay,
you basically need the telescope. You need a tripod, like a regular tripod.
hmm,
Then you put a telescope on a tripod. You point it north. You connect your phone through an app dedicated for this telescope, and then it calibrates itself. And after it does calibrate itself, right, it tells you to move it a little bit, few degrees if you are off,
okay,
right, when compared to North Pole, left, right, up and down. You do that, and then it calibrates itself, and then you pick from the. It does have the software where you have targets in the sky that you can pick, and you just type in, let's say, Wizard Nebula, right? And then you punch the button, and the telescope goes to the target, and then you start shooting. And that is that. It's basically that simple.
wow, wow. So basically, you
It's
don't
yeah,
need.
I couldn't believe it because I had a trouble with one of my telescopes the other like the last 3 months. I've been having an issue with the software that was like interacting with each other,
Okay,
so I couldn't guide the telescope, and it's been just so frustrating to stay night after night and try to figure it out what's going on. And then I got this little thing, and then I started, and I was like, "This is so unfair, right? Like, it cannot be this easy." The only problem though with these smart telescopes, all of them, there are like several on the markets right now, on the
Okay.
market. The only issue is that the sensor is not amazing, right? It's good,
Okay.
but it can be better, and I'm sure it's gonna get better, in the future.
Yeah. When we were, let's say, still offline discussing between ourselves, you told me also that the price that this thing has, and it is for sure
Yeah, it's
aligned with
it's some
the
crazy number
performance.
though. It's like 599 if I'm not wrong, and you can also get it at discount. Like you can go down to like 549.
Okay.
And as I said, you do need like a regular tripod, like a
Hmm.
photography tripod. It doesn't have to be a tracker. It doesn't have to be a mount that tracks the sky, right? Because the telescope itself does that. So it moves by itself and it tracks the
Sure.
sky. So yeah, it's very convenient in a point of view of pricing. It's really good.
Yeah, but, well, I'm thinking about, let's say, those even not professional tripods, but those tripods that you use for well, more, let's say, serious telescopes that need to be calibrated and are pointing very precisely the sky, but the price is like 10,000 times, 10 times that
Well,
of the
you
telescope.
can go
So
10,000
yeah,
times,
also.
believe it or not.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
to
that
give to
is
give
the
you an
price.
idea though,
Mhm.
to give you an idea, like one of the smaller setup that I have, probably it's about $10,000. The bigger one probably it's about $15,000, which is a lot of money, obviously, and I've been building them for many years. And yeah, it can be very convenient. Imagine if you do have this smart telescope at one point, and the quality of the sensors is going to get better. The quality of the tracking is going to get better, and I can only assume it's a matter of time until those are coming out, and they're gonna compete with with they're gonna really break the market
Mhm.
the way the iPhone kind of, not the iPhone, the smartphone kind of broke the market when they came out. I believe that because it's a lot of interest, and by the way, this telescope is always selling out fast because people are buying it in big numbers.
Yeah, sure. Well, when you say this, I'm thinking about, let's say, what you can do with software. Probably can be, let's say, scaled up until well, the limits of the software itself. So if you can improve
Yeah.
it, there is basically no limit until the software can no more be improved, and maybe then the limit becomes the hardware. But I'm thinking about like a movie that I've seen on Netflix couple of months ago. It was its name is F1 Formula One. It's about Formula One,
Yeah.
and they say that they use the iPhone optics to be put inside the helmets of the actors in order to
Mhm.
film the onboard cameras. And it was said that the quality of this lens was very good, and indeed it was used for a movie. So well, this is let's say a good sign of what we can do. But well, maybe what you can do with the telescope optics is not so, let's say, it cannot be improved so much with the much small optic of that of the phone. But this gives us an idea of technology improvement for sure.
I'm thinking I don't have it with me actually, that telescope, but it's about this small, if that makes sense. Like I would
Mhm.
say probably about 10 centimeters by, I don't know, by 5.5, let's say, maybe a little bit smaller, right? So imagine that double in size, which
Mhm.
would give you more focal length, which will give you more aperture. Uh, and on the, let's say the package is a little bit heavier, so maybe it would come with a tripod by itself. I still find it mind-boggling because again, to get like a performance telescope, you need to spend at a minimum, I would say, $3,000 at a
Sure.
minimum. So yeah, it seems that this is the direction we're going on. But I want to mention the fact that part of the fun of doing astrophotography, astronomy in general, is also the fact that you kind of put it together yourself. So I'm not necessarily saying that this is
Hmm.
going to be kind of eliminating in any way the other, like the regular telescope, so to speak. But I think it's going to give more access to people that are interested to check the sky and take
Yeah,
pictures and all that without breaking the bank, first of all. And second of all, the ease of use. I think that's very important, right? And if you get your telephone out and you put the telescope out and then you at the end of the night you have a picture to show on your phone, which is already processed, by the way, which is also
yeah.
crazy because it takes me hours and hours. Of course, I'm doing my own, how you call it? I'm putting my own stamp on my pictures, and
Okay,
I do it my own way. And you can also do this thing with this one. You can get the single frames, and then you can process it yourself if you like. But the fact, as I said, that at the end of the night, somebody that is not necessarily qualified, right? But you just
sure.
connect your phone and you follow the instruction and you get a picture of a nebula far away, and then at the end of the night you have it on your phone. I think it's fantastic. It's going to bring a lot of people
Yeah.
into the hobby. That's my belief.
Yeah, and well, what I would say, the very first benefit of this is that probably we will not see any more those, well, I would say, not so beautiful photos of the moon taken by iPhone to be compared
But
with the with the one of the
you were
telescope.
you were you were talking about the iPhone camera, though. The thing is with the iPhone camera that you need to set it up, and then it
Mm.
would actually take a good picture of the moon.
Yeah,
Uh,
well, I mentioning that kind of phone
no, no, I know
specifically
exactly what you're saying. Yeah,
just because it probably it has the best optics compared to the other ones. So just to give an idea, uh,
yeah,
and but yeah, apart from jokes, I'm super. Well, I super agree what you're saying. So if before we had let's say a lot of barriers at the beginning, I would say for people to join this world. Now more people can say, okay, let me try and see how it goes, if I like it, and how it is, and then we can upgrade all the setups basically. So super positive for me.
yeah. No, just keep also in mind that in all honesty, right? Like I can show you this picture, right,
Hmm.
that you see on the
Yeah,
screen, which
yeah.
is taken with the dwarf. But then if I switch, let's say, to this, which is taken with with my big RC telescope.
Okay,
It's no comparison, right? And this one is
sure.
still like it's a work in progress. This one is taken with my Orion telescope, so it's like a smaller focal length, but still you see the details and the colors and all that. So you're not gonna be able to, if you buy it, let's say as a beginner and you get passionate about
Hmm.
the hobby, you're still going to want to get better equipment, as
For
it's no
sure.
doubt about it in my mind. But it's important for the industry because I think it's becoming more mainstream. Um, I think people getting more and more involved into astronomy,
Hmm.
which is good for everybody, I think.
For sure. Yeah. Yeah, basically,
Yeah,
I don't think that the dwarf telescope will let's say will take some market share from the bigger players because it's completely another thing, but for sure will attract more
yeah.
people. And yeah,
Oh,
maybe.
for sure, for sure.
Mhm. And
For
now
sure. And
I'm
it's
seeing,
easy
yeah.
also if you keep in mind the fact that, let's say, when I visit back home in Europe and you want to show it to the nephews or to friends or whatever, you can show this guy because you can take it with you, and it's, as I said, it's very light, very easy to carry. It does come in a nice box and all that, in a nice case.
Yeah, almost like bringing with you
So yeah,
a laptop.
that has a lot of advantages from that point of view. Yeah.
Sure. And now, what am I saying on the screen?
This one is the Wizard Nebula.
Hmm.
It still needs a little bit of data because if you look, it's a little bit grainy.
Yes.
but it's a very close up. So this is how close the telescope goes. I don't know if I'm having over here to give you a comparison because I'm using two telescopes to take this nebula. I'm trying to see if I can find it here. Okay. So if this, I have only the hydrogen data over here. So this is my Orion telescope that you
Hmm.
see. This is the hydrogen data, and this is about 900 millimeters, and
Okay.
this one is 2000 millimeters, right? So you can
Mm.
see the difference, how close this one goes. And the closer it gets, the more detail you get in the center, right here. This one is a
Yep.
starless image. Um, and this one, again, it's a work in progress. If you do zoom in on this one, you see how grainy it is. So
Yeah.
it doesn't have that much detail as this one on the right. But
Yeah,
I
I
do
see.
have an obsession with, for some reason, of taking the same target with different telescopes. I've been doing that a lot. I find it fascinating how, you have regions around the
Hmm.
nebula that can change the whole structure, but you need a lot of data. And
Ah,
I
for
got into
sure.
a habit of getting over 50 plus hours in data.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, this gives us an idea of yeah, how much time you need to get those images
Oh,
that
yeah,
we
and you
we
have to
see.
be quite dedicated. This one over here is the Pelican Nebula, and these are the two projects: the Wizard that I show you and the
Uh-huh.
Pelican that is right here. It doesn't look like a pelican whatsoever, but you know, that's how they call it.
Yeah, I
Uh,
thought about asking you why it's called that way, but then
I
I
am
thought it was
I'm
better not
going
to
to
ask.
try to show you right now. Actually, I'm gonna show you right now. Let's do this because it does look actually a little bit, and but not in this framing. So let me rotate this for you.
Okay.
It's the wrong way. Hold on 1 second. Here we are.
Okay,
All
now,
right.
okay.
You see the
Well,
head?
now, yeah, now that you told me the name of this, I can imagine. If you didn't tell me the name, well, I couldn't guess any
Right,
at
right.
all.
I know, I know. So I always wonder who are the people that are actually giving names to this stuff because, but it does look. You see the head over here.
Yep.
You see the eye. It looks like a zombie pelican, I would say. And a lot of people are saying this one over here, this lid on the left hand side of the image,
Okay.
is Deadpool. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So it's a very cool thing to look at it like that. But yeah, that's how they call it.
Yeah. And this one was taken with which hardware?
This one is Orion.
Okay.
My Orion
Okay.
telescope. It has 900 millimeters, so
Okay.
it's basically less than half from the other one, the
Mm.
RC telescope, and it's a wider view. So in other words, if I would use the the RC telescope for this,
Okay.
to imagine, I would be probably as close as, let me see if I can frame it a little bit. So this is what I would see if I
Okay.
would take it with a big one. So it would
Okay.
go much closer, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's like this. You're gonna see a lot of blues in the top. This one is not processed at all. This is just stacked. I
Okay.
combined the RGB, the hydrogen, oxygen, and the
Hmm.
sulfur. I took the stars out, and now I'm starting to work on it and process it a little bit. I think it's gonna be a great picture. I'll probably post it very soon. But to give an idea, if you work on the
Okay. Yeah.
you know saturation, you can only see the oxygen coming out. You can see the hydrogen in the middle, and these lanes around here. The darker lanes, those are the
Hmm.
sulfur. Yeah. So that's how it's going to look like.
Yeah, I remember that the last time we talked about this kind of processing. So I will be leaving the videos up here so people can watch it. And
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
yeah, you'd like to talk about this new image that you're showing me, or your some tips for the August observation. Just you choose.
Tips on the observation.
Yeah, yeah, for this month. I know that some people are going to get out
Oh,
and
yeah, it's a little tricky, August. It's you can definitely concentrate on the Elephant Trunk Nebula. I would say it's a very good target because it never goes away, right? But
Mhm.
this is a very good time because it gets all the way up to the zenith.
Okay.
So it has a beautiful arc. I'm showing you the dwarf right here. This is the dwarf. That's how small it is.
Okay, so just
And this is
remember
the
me. So the
tripod.
tribe, yeah, the tripod is yours. It's not with the product, right?
The tripod is mine.
Okay.
This one is actually a very nice tripod. I think I can't remember exactly how much it was, but you can buy one from Amazon with
Hmm.
$20. It doesn't make a difference, right?
Okay.
I just had it and I was not going to buy another one for the telescope, but this is
Sure.
the telescope right here. The lens is on top, um, and then you see in the bottom is like a wedge. So it's moving on that wedge. So it's
Okay.
tracking the stars on that wedge. Yeah.
Okay.
But going back to the targets
Yep.
that we have available, also the Pelican, which is basically next to North American Nebula. That's also a very good target. This one, the Wizard Nebula, it's as well. One of my our favorite, the Eagle Nebula, it's available
Yeah, this
during
is
the
amazing.
summers.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's everybody's. I actually took some data on that as well, like a few weeks ago.
Mm.
And what else we have? We have the Hot Nebula, the Soul Nebula, which are available and very nice targets this time of year. The Witch Broom Nebula, which is the veil that I took to the with the dwarf. It's also available. California Nebula comes up quite early. And I'm very excited for the next month because next month we have the Orion, basically
Mm.
the Orion, the Horsehead, the Flaming Star, all that stuff. The winter targets are started to rise up earlier.
Next month, maybe you can tell me also, let's say from the very beginning, is already like a forecast for this. I would say
Yeah,
like
yeah, we can discuss. I mean, September is like a transition month, right, for
okay,
this kind of targets. So in other words, I believe that like around 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning,
okay.
uh, they start rising up at one point, right? Like next month.
You're talking about
And
New York time, right?
Orion, for example, yeah. So you have to stay late in order to actually start getting
Mm.
picture of those. But or if you schedule the telescope to have a session on one target and then to move to another target,
Hmm.
and then that's a way of doing it. But yeah, we can go over the list for sure of some interesting targets, and I can also we can show the images of those targets because that's what I've been doing for the last 4 or 5 years. I've been visiting every year almost. uh,
Wow.
yeah, because what happens is there are obviously a lot of more other nebulas in the sky, but a lot of them are not available from the city because
Mm.
I cannot use one shot color camera, right? Because of the light pollution. So I need to use the monochrome images
Hmm.
and like the
Sure.
monochrome camera. And you cannot shoot, for example, Galaxy with a monochrome because you need the filters in front of it. If I would use RGB filter, like a regular filter for the colors, all the light pollution would hit the sensor. So that would be very
Okay.
difficult to process. Yeah. So yeah, there are so many things that you need to take in consideration when choosing a target, you know.
That's why it's well, it's so beautiful what you do. It's not just getting out and saying, okay, I took this picture. I think that's all. The fascinating thing is this, at least for me. But I think that for everyone that approaches uh, this subject.
Yeah, no, it's very satisfying though. It's very hard to take pictures because beside the fact that like what we're talking about, the weather being a big issue, obviously, it's the technical part of it, the fact that everything needs to work together properly.
Hmm.
The mount needs to work well, the camera needs to work well, everything needs to be, you need to be precise. You cannot just wing it, be like, oh, I had a friend which was very funny, that he was polar aligning the telescope. So you need to have it polar aligned. And
Hmm.
I was like, oh, so you did polar align it. And he's like, I did not enough. Like it doesn't work not enough. You have to be precise because otherwise you're gonna have a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
The stars are not gonna be round, they're gonna be, elongated.
Hmm.
You're talking about the optics of the telescope, that how good everything matches. The camera has to match the telescope. It's a certain distance, but this is the beauty of it because you're
Sure.
working so hard and then you get results and you can show people what is out there. And I think that's amazing. And what you are doing is also very important because you are showcasing the work of amateur astrophotographers and also the professional stuff too. I mean, I've been watching. I'm sure you've been watching what Webb has
Yeah.
been bringing up lately, which is insane.
Yeah, well, first of all, thanks for appreciating because it's indeed
Sure.
the purpose of the thing. Yeah, and yeah, actually, while you were talking, I was thinking about indeed about the web, and when I talked with a couple of scientists that helped contributed the building it, and well, I think that this common sense, common spirit of achieving something which is well so fascinating, and you have to work hard in a certain sense to achieve it, gives you yeah, well the satisfaction and the purpose of what you're doing. So. Well, I'm super happy that you're saying those words.
No, for sure, for sure. And it's an awesome community that. And it's so fascinating that I think I was watching an interview about
Mhm.
the web, and they were saying how many people they've been working on that project, and
Mm.
you're looking into numbers of millions, and I find it crazy. I don't think,
Wow.
yeah,
Yeah,
because
I think that million is actually a very high number.
on the project, to work on the project.
Yeah.
Oh, they were getting into consideration everybody. So if you make a
Okay.
piece of metal,
Okay.
for the
Okay. Sure.
telescope, you know what I mean? Like they were
Mhm.
talking how many people contributed overall to doing it.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm not
Like if you
talking about
wanted
a
to
few
track.
scientists. Like
Okay. Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Like if
yeah.
you wanted to track like every bolt of the thing
Yes,
up
yes,
to the
yes, yes.
very
That's
raw
what
piece
they.
of metal. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's fascinating though to think about
Sure.
it because yeah,
Yeah, well, if you like look around and say, okay, this material can be transformed and get launched into space. Well,
yeah, yeah.
it's a thing.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. But it's fantastic though. It's been discovering a lot of stuff that the
Mhm.
scientists are puzzled about, which is not surprising to me, to be honest with you. The
Okay.
deeper you look, the more mystery you're gonna find, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been great to watch the web doing its thing.
So maybe next time we'll be talking about this.
Oh, for sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, definitely. We can have an update on the targets
Mhm.
that are available in night sky. I'm going to make a list, a more comprehensive, and we can do like a slideshow so I can show you how it looks after you take the pictures. And then we can obviously talk about the web. And it does have the infrared, right? If I'm
Yep.
not wrong. And it brings up to life different views of the same targets. You remember that I was telling you that I love to shoot the same target with different
Yeah.
telescopes. It's obviously not the same, but to see the pillars of creation
Mhm.
and be able to see inside
Yeah.
of those gases and see the stars that are inside there, I find it fascinating.
Yeah. So I cannot add any other words. So I would say
Mhm.
that we can update in a few weeks if you want.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
thank you again for being with us today.
of
And
course, Sebastian. Always a pleasure.
so see you next time.